In Chicago at the Democratic National Convention, KBLA Talk 1580 will be the only talk station in LA with 5 shows broadcasting live from the DNC in Chicago, August 19th through the 23rd. Dominique DePrima, Nicolai Corte, Ariva Martin, Adrian Shropshire, and Tavis Smiley will all be in Chicago bringing the convention to you like no other talk station in Southern California for the critical issues and conversations that matter most to you. Keep it locked to KBLA Talk 1580. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got Kamala covered.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
So do you intimidate men? How I love this question. Okay, so as women, we're always asking ourselves why the men we meet aren't falling head over heels for us, right? And we ask ourselves that question even if we didn't really like the guy, because of course what he thinks of us is more important than what we think of him, right? If you're a woman who worries about not measuring up, you might think that he's not calling you back because you're not thin enough or pretty enough or sexy enough. Or you might think you're too smart or you're too successful or you're a strong woman and men just don't like strong women. Now that last one is just plain weird. You're a strong woman and men just don't like strong women? Like, does that even make any sense? Can men really not handle strong women? Hi, I'm Amy Waterman, a dating and relationship expert with yourbrilliance.com. And in this video series, I give you the short answer to love's biggest questions. So you've probably been told that men don't like to feel as if you're competing with them. It's like you're trying to be the man in the relationship, and there's only room for one man in any relationship. You've probably also been told that you have to be more feminine. You've got to take a passive role. You've got to follow his lead, and whatever you do not correct him. So what you're really hearing is that men are emotionally fragile and unable to handle a relationship without strict gender roles that keep them in charge. Like, seriously? That is rude. It's rude to the men we love. Because if we genuinely love men, and I know you do, we've got to start treating them like real human beings, not superficial stereotypes.
And because a lot of us are emotionally fragile, listen, relationship is a mirror. It's not just a statement. A man's emotional fragility opens the door for the covert control that his woman will exert over him. Now she has to manipulate and maneuver, right? In order to cajole you into a specific direction. Hey, honey, did you think about? Now, I know you don't like this, but... Do you see what I'm saying? Go ahead. Andy got something.
Like, I kind of know, but can you explain the emotional fragility in men, considering, you know, we were taught to not show emotion?
But look at how she framed it. Like, this is why men lean so heavy on the social game rules. Hey, you know, in order for the relationship to work, there had to be roles. You got a role, I got a role. My role is provision and protection. But it ain't got nothing to do with reflection or introspection or healing what you've been through. Or as long as I protect and provide, you shall not speak against your Lord. Do you see? And really, that's what it is. If I change your life and I raise you up socially, you better not say nothing to me out of pocket. I am your Lord. Look around these lands. My father has held these lands for many decades and eons. We have roamed these lands way back to the time of the Targaryens. I brought you here. You know, listen. If you listen, and it ain't got nothing to do with healing. That's why I say that those social game rules have nothing to do with healing. It has to do with control. And it's unfortunate, but that's what it is. Again, the discomfort some men feel around intelligent women may also be rooted in societal conditioning. That's part of your question. You said, what about not being able to feel? Listen, women have been conditioned in the reverse. We get to feel, and it's awkward when he feels deeply. This is why so many men feel unheard and unseen. Go ask my Uncle Bobby. Ask Bobby. Bobby, how you doing, man? I'm hanging in there. I said, no, you okay? He said, ain't nobody to complain to. Who gonna listen if I complain? Men have been conditioned, put it on your shoulder, keep going. And if a man really opens up and lets her know how he really feel, she gonna be like, what kind of peanut butter and jelly softy is this? And I'm not saying there aren't some women out there to be like, oh, that's an outpouring of emotion, and looking at it from a woman's perspective and say, I know I feel better if I were to release all of these feelings, No, he got to go to a therapist for that. Right? You hear women saying it today. What do they say? Hey, I'm not your mama. I'm not your therapist. Don't come in here with your burdens, brother. So imagine a woman like that that's super intelligent too. Listen, I've been telling you to go back to school. I mean, it just looks bad. Here I am, a doctor, and you just got your associates. I'm not saying all women are like that. I'm just saying there's some that come down like that on a brother. Go ahead, Andy.
With all of that being said so far, it sounds as if it would be challenging for, generally speaking, a man to date like a sociologist.
Nah, you know what I find and this is different. A lot of highly educated women, they be with Pookie. Pookie be like, yo, my girl is a lawyer, dog. We gonna get up out of this situation. Soon as they give me my phone call, we finna be up out of this.
And as soon as she starts saying you're stonewalling and you're gaslighting, he's gonna be like, huh? What? I ain't thinking like that.
I'm just saying, you'd be surprised. There are some women, and maybe these intelligent women feel like they have to settle because of scarcity. The scarcity of good men. Maybe they found a good man in Ray Ray. Listen, baby, I ain't on that no more. You understand? I got my little mechanics gig, you know what I'm saying? Got my little shop down here at the local gas station. I fix 3-4 cars a week. You understand? He's a solid brother. Maybe that's what it is. But from my experience, I've seen men be a little shook when a woman is intelligent. For me, intelligence is key. Condescension is the problem. Right? Because what I get is competition. So just by default, women feel like, or the women I've dated, they feel like they got to be on some old, I'm as smart as you. And it's like, no, hey, if you are, great. and I'm sure you have, sparks of brilliance, and I'm going to listen to all of that. What I'm not going to listen to is competitive, combative condescension. Now, if you want me to be open to what you have to say, you're going to have to frame it a certain kind of way. And you're going to have to think contextually. What do you mean, think contextually? Yeah, look at the broader picture. Have a better understanding of it. It's like, oh, I got to sit here and listen and try to figure you out. Yes, if you want to be able to penetrate my mind. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. Like, for instance, just if you understand contextually how I evolved to this point, well, first off, you can't talk to me any kind of way, right? You can't raise your voice. You can't, try to use put downs or insults or sarcasm. The best way to do it is to, hey, have you considered this? You don't have to do it, but have you considered it? Have you looked into this? Suggestions work really well with me. Now, if you telling me to do so, I told you that first, and I don't like the face wash. Women good at the face wash. They'll wash your face in something. Some women, y'all, they will wash your face in it. Have you ever had a situation where your woman told you something, you took time to process it, a couple of days later, your cousin tell you the same thing, you go, that's right, man, I'm going to do that. And because you didn't go back to her and say, I was processing what you said, and, I was leaning towards doing it anyway. If she hears you tell your cousin that you about to do something that she suggested to you, and she brings it back, I was the first one to tell you that, and then your cousin come along, it's like, grown people shouldn't have to deal with each other's baggage. Do you understand? Chief Cole says, I'm guilty. You stole an idea. No, it's not like that. I think sometimes we get caught up in, these types of conversations, but the reality of it is, if we make space to listen to each other, right? Just listen without judgment. That's the highest form of intelligence, according to Krishnamurti, right? You listen without judgment. I'm open, but you can't condescend or disrespect in any way, shape, or form. If you do, you're going to cause me to put up a barrier. I'm not going to listen. I'm going to shut down probably, right? And also, don't expect your man not to shut down when you're like that, right? Because when you shut down, he's going to come to you and be like, yo, talk to me, babe. Let's talk. But the whole shutdown, we do that to each other, and it's really terrible. Intelligence is a turn on for me, and I hear women say it all the time. Intelligence is a turn on for them until you turn that intelligence on them, or they turn their intelligence on you. It's good to sit back and watch your woman, grill somebody, but what happens when she turns that intelligence on you and start grilling you? Very interesting. We got callers on the line. Let's get them all in here. Attila, Houston, Texas is on the line. Attila, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Man, the chat is going nuts.
Yeah, they are.
It's going nuts. I have a few things. I think that when there's an imbalance between empathy and sympathy, you start getting little hateration strategies. That's what I've experienced as a woman. Like everything that you just said, I've experienced that exact same thing. But I feel like that's more of an issue with people who are of a higher intelligence, period. You are going to have adversaries in the form of partners for the simple fact that you may be dating someone who's somewhat beneath you in a certain level, and they might feel insecure about that and just not have expressed it. And so I don't think that men in general are intimidated by women's intelligence if they have a certain level of a higher self-concept. If their self-concept is based on something external, you're going to have hell to pay. If he's pedestalizing and idolizing his granny and his mama, you're going to have hell to pay. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you are not those women, and you can't fill the shoes of those women. If he can't actually accept you for you and not you for the qualities that you bring that remind him of someone else, what do you think that relationship's going to look like?
That's good.
That's annoying. That's no different than if a woman was sitting up in your face talking about a man that she admires all the time. How would you feel? That's the last thing a man wants to hear.
All right.
And yet, somehow, we're expected to bend to the nature of some woman that we may have never met. She might not even be alive. It's weird to me.
Just because she ain't alive don't mean she ain't alive in his heart, girl. Now, see, you done already tread
Well, keep
across...
her in your heart and don't bring her into my relationship.
You done already tread across a sacred boundary right now. Go ahead.
Well, you better commemorize that and leave me alone. I'm not that woman. I'm sorry. I'll be it. Either you like that or you don't. And my thing is this. I think we as women, where we do ourselves a disservice is that we try to manipulate covertly, hoping that somehow that will appease the man that you're with. But I hate to say it. If he's got to mold and shape and pick and prod for you to be something else, you in the wrong situation. Take your lessons and just move on at that point. So we play a role in that as well. The other side of this is that external praise fixation. There is no pleasing somebody who is addicted to external praise. It's just, I've seen it on male and female sides. I also feel like this plays a role as well. When a partner is intimidated by their partner and on some level, they're going to make sure they can get that need met somewhere else because they feel that maybe whatever gifts you have might overshadow the praise that they feel they need that they're not getting from you, whatever that is. Leads to a lot of infidelity, a lot of weird situations, right? And again, I think it's just being open and honest about certain things. If you come to your partner and you say, hey, this might not be right. I might be looking at this completely wrong, but I'm just going to tell you how I feel about it. And I feel intimidated in this area. It's just the truth.
And I should be able to come to you and say that, right?
Right. Well, you should, ideally, but you got to think about it this way. If that's something that you've never done in any other area of your life, why would you start now?
Stay with me.
Right?
Don't go nowhere. Stay right there. Stay right there. Lord have mercy. Attila from Houston, Texas is on fire. If you want to get on fire, all you got to do, call me right now, 1-800-920-1580.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Tavis is like George and Wheezy. He's moving on up. Last year, Tavis was number 45 on the Talkers magazine list of the 100 most important radio talk show hosts in America. Wait for it. The 2024 list was recently released, and Tavis has jumped to number 33 on the list of the nation's most important talkers, making him the highest-ranked African-American on the coveted roster. Congratulations to Tavis Smiley from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580. We've got you black. If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got you black.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Single Moms Planet is a nonprofit organization dedicated to uplifting under-resourced single mom business owners and working mothers nationwide. Single Moms Planet offers comprehensive programs of financial literacy, business development, mentorship, and entrepreneurial training. They provide education, accountability, and hope. Single Moms Planet was founded by model, TV personality, and producer Nefertiri Plessy. Nefertiri felt firsthand the challenges that face single moms as she was raised by a working single mother. She learned that the most disadvantaged group in the United States are single mom families. According to the U.S. Census, 30% live under the poverty line. So she decided to do something about it, along with co-founder Cole Patterson. Their goal is to end the poverty cycle in single mother households through education, opportunity, and networking, providing family and child enrichment programs for under-resourced single-parent families. Single Moms Planet serves over 10,000 single moms and their children each year. Studies show that business development and financial literacy provide a positive environment for children and families, exposing them to new possibilities and opportunities. To attend one of their fun events, make a donation, or get more information, or if you need help as a single mom, please visit singlemomsplanet.org. That's singlemomsplanet.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are men turned off by intelligent women? Some, yes, but not the best ones. I like to look at this in a pragmatic way because we can mourn about how some men are intimidated by women's intelligence and have been since the beginning of time, or we can just look at what we can do to deal with that situation. Now, I want to distinguish for a moment between different forms of intelligence or different archetypes of intelligent people. I think there's the academic, or I should say the pompous academic, because not all academics are bad, but the pompous academic who wears their intelligence as their weapon. This person is the person that makes everyone feel stupid, uses words no one understands a lot of the time, and talks in terms that no one can really relate to. Then there's the sarcastic, cutting comedian. This is the person who has not necessarily a deep knowledge of one area, but someone whose wit and speed of mind can make other people feel like they're slow. You say something, they immediately have a witty response to it, and they can cut you down sarcastically very quickly with things they say. Then there's the person who's socially intelligent. Now, the person who's socially intelligent has a natural intelligence, has a natural speed of mind, but when it comes to talking to people, they're able to read the room and know their audience. So they always know what kinds of conversations to be having around different people. They can talk with the intellectual elites and be curious and be interested and be interesting, or they can talk in more base terms with anybody else and just have fun and be silly and be entertaining. The most intelligent people I know are also socially intelligent. They know how to work a room and they know how to make other people feel great. Intelligence is defined by the ability to acquire and apply knowledge. Now, there's two parts to that. The pompous academic just focuses on acquiring knowledge, but they don't necessarily focus on the right application of it. Knowledge is learning a 4-syllable word. Intelligence is knowing when to use it. Knowledge is being able...
Now, what's really deep about what he's saying, everything he said was anecdotal. So it's not like that was empirical study, right? That was empirical data, but that was a well thought out opinion. It's not the gospel truth. See, because I'm around people that I consider to be intelligent. And we love discovering new words, right? We read books. And part of the rule for reading the book is if you come across a word that you can't pronounce or that you've never seen, let's stop and look it up. And we look it up and we're like, yo, that's what that is. Do you understand? Like, so even in the skillful way that he articulated his point, it still wasn't peer-reviewed information. It was his opinion, right? And you can loosely see how some of that could align with some of our relationships. There are some people out there that try to sound deeper than they really are. There are some people out there that try to use, their intellect as a type of intellectual bully, try to throw it around, throw their weight around a little bit, right? And then there are some really intelligent people that are humorous, that are funny, gregarious, that bring people into the conversation, right? That it doesn't really matter who's right. It's more about, can we engage and exchange and share without judgment? And I think that type of intelligence is a very attractive kind of intelligence. Let's get Attila back in here for her final thought. Attila.
Okay, sorry, that took forever. Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you.
Oh, well, my bad. Okay, so my last thing I want to say in regards to this whole thing, there's an element here I think we're missing, and that's permanence versus purpose. In terms of evaluating the people in our lives, and that's not just romantically, but friends as well. I think we have to remember that we're conditioned to value things that depreciate, and that includes the values within our partner. And so, yeah, that's my final thoughts.
I love it. Attila, girl, guess what you just did?
All right, Houston in the building.
Yeah, Houston, Texas is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The phone lines are cracking. I want to get everybody up in here, but before I do, because we're up against the clock, before I bring you in, let's think about this really quickly. Men, I want you to be honest, right? Can the discomfort that some men feel around intelligent women be seen as a reflection of a broader societal anxiety about gender equality, right? Like, do we have a problem with women being equally smart, equally moneyed, right? Equally wise. Listen to that, equally wise. Are you afraid of your woman being a powerful spiritual being? Damn what's on the wall, the plaque on the wall, just a powerful being. Does your woman have to be your subordinate in some way in order for you to be comfortable? When we come forward, we will discuss this more.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Former President Trump is claiming the Harris campaign used artificial intelligence to create images of large crowds at her swing state rallies. In a post over the weekend on his Truth Social platform, Trump shared an image from Vice President Harris's rally at a Michigan airport saying, quote, "Look, we caught her with a fake crowd. There was nobody there," end quote. In another post, Trump said Harris should be disqualified because the creation of a fake image is election interference. The Harris campaign responded on Truth Social by posting a video of Harris arriving at the Detroit airport showing a large crowd of an estimated 15,000 people greeting the vice president and her running mate Tim Walz. J.D. Vance is defending former President Trump's comments questioning Kamala Harris's racial identity. In an interview with CNN State of the Union, Trump's running mate accused Harris of being a chameleon. The Ohio senator said the vice president is fundamentally a fake person, claiming she's overly scripted and refuses to take questions from the media. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Shop Macy's Backstage today for amazing deals on everything you need for summer. Get low prices every day at Macy's Backstage. Find a store near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Yeah, yo, come on. Pick up the drum. At KBLA Talk 1580, we fight the power every day.
Yeah, gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey! I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, you know, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it! Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power! Fight the power!
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
Oh, man. Looks like Bobby needs a ride to the airport again.
Grab the keys.
Who's taking Auntie and her friends to the swap meet?
Grab the keys.
How about we drop these boxes off at Miss Johnson?
Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, you're all about getting things done. So do it all in a Chevy SUV. From the versatile Equinox and sporty Blazer to the roomy Traverse, our lineup of SUVs will carry you through every adventure. All you have to do is...
grab the keys?
That's how we do. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse Limited models. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees. Finding a path to a meaningful career, one where you're making an impact and making enough money, it can be tough. There's one path, though, that many young adults are landing on that leads them to careers where they can work outdoors, protect our environment, take on climate change, and get paid while they train. It's the California Conservation Corps. You just have to be 18 through 25 years old to enroll, or a U.S. military veteran through age 29, and you have to be a California resident. That's it. There's no education requirement, no employment history needed. Some Corps members need to finish up high school. Others are college grads. But during their 1 year of service, all CCC Corps members can earn the work experience and certifications needed to become a wildland firefighter, forestry technician, install solar, or build trails in our state parks. Learn how you can enroll at ccc.ca.gov. Do this for you. Become the person you want to be through the California Conservation Corps.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
So the utility of the trait depends on the structure of the environment that surrounds it. And that's why there's variability in traits. And so you have to be careful when you're thinking about it from a strict scientific perspective to make the assumption that positioning at any place on the normal distribution is preferable to positioning anywhere else. Now, one exception to that might be IQ. Because one of the things that you can see with IQ is that people with higher IQs seem to do better, but that's also only true in complex societies. And then there's another problem that seems to emerge with IQ, and I don't know exactly what to make of this, but we know that as women's IQ increases, the probability that they're going to remain without a mate also increases, because women tend to mate across or up dominance hierarchies. And so if you're a woman with an IQ of 130, then you've already eliminated about 95% of the men. And that's only using one criteria.
Is the data saying, sister, in order to have somebody, he gotta be dumb? Or you gotta be dumb, or you gotta play dumb? Because I hear women say this a lot. A lot of women will confide, I have to hide my intelligence. I have to dumb it down. You already said if a woman's IQ reaches 130, boy, she's eliminated 90-some% of the available dudes. Ladies, call in and let me know if you've experienced dumbing it down. And we're talking about your inner shine, your inner glow, your inner intellect, all of it. Just dumbing it down, dialing it all the way down so you can be more attractive to what is considered marriage material. Go ahead, finish the clip.
Be limitations to the utility of intelligence with regards to reproduction that we don't really understand very well yet. So anyway, so you get the point. So there's these underlying, I kind of put down two value structures there, capitalize on social groups. That would be an extroverted value structure, saying maintain order. That would be a conscientious strategy. And conscientious people are going to want to maintain order because they don't want things to shift across time, because if they shift too much across time, then the things that have been stored up for the future start to become increasingly irrelevant. There's lots of other reasons to maintain order as well, but that's one of them. So, all right, so that your cognitive ability allows you to do modeling. Now, this is where human beings have leaped ahead of their competition. So animals can think, but it isn't exactly obvious how they think. They think strategically. I think they think the same way that children think, in some sense, when they're playing with Legos, when they're not thinking about the Legos, you know, when they're just moving them around. We know, like, if you watch a smart predator group like lions go after their target, or watch chimpanzees hunt down a monkey, you can see intelligence at work, because hunting behavior is very, very complicated, obviously, especially if you're chasing something intelligent. But there isn't that level of abstract representation. So let's look at this. So here's a picture of the human brain with someone facing this way, right? So
Men, I'm asking the brothers too. Are y'all, if she's moneyed and highly educated and self-sustaining, is she less attractive to you? I need to know the truth, brothers. Andy, if she's got bread, she fine. Remember I used to say that back in the 90s? Fine. She fine. Right? She got bread. She's got education. And she has her own resources. She's stable. With or without you. Does that make you feel like you cannot bring something to the table for her?
Not at all.
No. Okay. All right. Ladies, help me. 1-800-920-1580. We got Cali Soul, Denver, Colorado. Get in here. What are your thoughts on this?
Good evening.
Good evening. Long time no hear. So happy to hear you. Glad you're back. Go ahead.
Thank you. First of all, I'll just say, like, one sign of intelligence is knowing when to be quiet. And sometimes have I dumbed it down for folks? Absolutely. But I've learned to not look at it as dumbing things down and simple just intelligence, like knowing when to be quiet. It's not necessary to peacock. You know, like, why does somebody need to know, or you to give an example of how intelligent you are? Another thing is, as a community, we are constantly at war out here in society. If we're successful at becoming educated, if we're successful at building a business, a brand, moving up a corporate ladder, that's war. And what soldiers do when war is over is they bring their artillery in, they clean it, prep it for the next war. And then they get their wounds addressed. A lot of times we forget when we come into our houses, when we come into our homes, both physically and spiritually, you're not at war no more. So you come in and you attack your partner. And we both just left war. We both need to regroup. We both need to recharge. We both need to be poured into. And if both of us just came from war, who's to do the wound dressing?
Come on. Triage. The MASH unit. We both need a MASH unit. Come on. I'm listening. Come on. Where's Alan Alda when we need him? Come on.
Come on. So, we forget to lay down our arms and serve one another. I'm in my kitchen now processing harvest from my garden. And as you were speaking, I thought about it and I said, wow, we are constantly wanting to receive what we're not willing to give.
Ooh, keep going. Keep
I would
going.
be an idiot to go out to my soil and look at it and say, I want greens, beans, potatoes, yams. I want everything you got. And then just walk away and expect it to happen, right? I got to plant seeds. I got to water those seeds. I got to pull out weeds. I got to take the first fruit. If we are just like gardens, what's so wrong with me planting the seed in you, Zoe, and then your friend come along and water it? And maybe your grandmother waters it some more, your homeboy waters it some more, and then suddenly we got a plant and you got an understanding. So instead of me attacking you, saying, I told you that 2 years ago, Zoe. Like, really? That don't make no sense. We have planted we're cultivating. That's how cultivation happens. And that's why relationships are so important. And we're not talking about just your romantic relationship. Every relationship that you have in your life, all of your friends, all of your coworkers, your neighbors, your community, we all serve one another. We have a symbiotic relationship.
Right.
And our human greed takes us away from that. We forget that. We think I got to be your everything.
Right.
Your water got to come from me. Your fertilizer got to come from me. Your weeding and your pruning got to come from me. And that's ridiculous. That's not the truth. That's not how it works.
Callie Soul, you made it worth the wait, young lady. I so appreciate you. Guess what you just did?
I bought Denver in the building.
Denver, Colorado is in the building. If you want to bring your folks in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, more from the nation, Indianapolis and Dallas.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams. My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well-trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Linking social justice and climate justice all year long.
We're unapologetically progressive.
KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us for a book party celebrating The Covenant with Black America 20 years later. Almost 2 decades ago, the Covenant book, compiled and edited by Tavis Smiley, climbed to #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list and stayed there for weeks. The first book by a black-owned publisher to achieve such a feat. The urgency of the issues that matter most to black fellow citizens has only intensified, especially in this critical election year. On Wednesday evening, August 14th, 6 to 9 p.m., come meet Tavis Smiley alongside Covenant contributors including Cornel West, Connie Rice, Mark Ridley Thomas, Elisa Orduna, Tyrone Howard, and Melina Abdullah as they sign copies of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later. You can purchase your books on site and get them autographed. That's Wednesday evening, August 14th, 6 to 9 p.m. in the city of Los Angeles. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580,
we've got your black.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
How incredible the time was. I mean, first and foremost, all the songs are written and produced by Prince. So that's crazy off rip. But for Prince to be able to find the musicians to execute his sound the way he wanted it played is crazy, right? And then you have to remember, Morris Day was initially a drummer, plays the drums. And what's crazy is Prince is like, nah, man, sing lead. Of course, it was supposed to be Alexander O'Neal, But Alexander was like, Prince is a baller. I want bread. And Prince was trying to like kind of organically grow this group. Think about who comes out of the group. Alexander O'Neal was supposed to be in the group, didn't come out the group. Right? Wasn't a part of the group, but later becomes this big star, great singer, great songs, produced by 2 members from the group. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they become 2 of the greatest producers in the history of music. And they were a part of the time. Like, that's crazy. So when you go back and you listen to the funk records of the time, man, no pun intended, they were timeless. All right, let me get my callers in here. We got Ronan from Indianapolis. Here we go, Ronan. Oh, Lord. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, bro?
I'm gonna be brutally honest. I'm not intimidated by a woman's intelligence. I'm more terrified if she's like short bus sexy.
What? If she's what?
Short bus sexy.
Short but sexy?
No, short bus sexy.
Short bus sexy. Okay. Now you. What does that mean? What does that even?
She's very easy on the eyes until she opens her mouth, and then because I have a thing that's a 3 squint rule, and within 12 hours, if she's talking about something, I squint real hard, we ain't gonna make it.
You got the 3 squint rule.
Yeah, it's just like that. But the thing is, like, it's good to have an intelligent woman because that's what I get turned on by a lot. If she's intelligent, because if she's able to show that range comfortably, then yeah, that's cool. But the thing is, like, if there's no respect there, I don't care how intelligent you are, I don't need to be there.
Well, if there's no respect, there's no intelligence. Because intelligence encompasses respect. First off, we have to start thinking about it in different ways. A healthy relationship is an intelligent relationship. It's a thoughtful relationship, right? It's a considerate relationship. And considerate doesn't just mean consider my feelings. It means consider everything that has happened that led us to this point. So many people are all on the consider my feelings piece, but they're not like looking at the whole thing. Like, let me consider how you became the person you are today.
Right.
And how this person, although better than who they were 5 years ago, is still capable of not only hurting me, but they also have the capacity of being accountable for that hurt. Like, that is an intelligent couple if they're able to do that. Go ahead.
And the thing is, like, it goes back to intelligence. That doesn't mean anything if you're an interpersonal idiot.
Oh, here we go. What is that?
Because the thing is, like, most people like to hide themselves with the allure of intelligence, like being book smart, but some are street smart. Some are not socially adept. Some are emotionally, actually empathetically challenged. So when you see those gaping holes in that, you're not as intelligent as you believe you are. So the thing is, you don't have to sit there and fight the person you're with to try to prove yourself. If you're intelligent enough to know you don't know everything, you leave room to not just improve, but to make yourself more attractive, open up more opportunities for yourself and as a broad, because you're supposed to be a reflection of me and my choices and vice versa.
I love it. Hey, I love it. Ronan, guess what you just did, brother?
Brought Indianapolis back in the building.
Yeah, we appreciate Indianapolis. Now we up to Dallas, Texas. And listeners, don't get mad if I don't push back and challenge people. This is a non-judgmental space. I allow them to speak. Here we go. Reverend L, Dallas, Texas. Get in here.
What's up, Brother Zoe? I'm going to keep it real short and sweet for you tonight. We was talking about there's so many different approaches to this topic, man. This can go anywhere. But I want to touch on this. You know how you got some men that brag about the money that they make and they lead with their money? That's kind of like cornball behavior. That's how some of these women act who boast about their educational accomplishments and try to force those upon men and stuff like that. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You're trying to belittle and try to try to like I say, step on people's toes and cause these type of conflictions and stuff. So that's one avenue.
Give me another
second
one.
Second avenue is you got some women that want a stupid man.
Oh.
They want a stupid man because they want to be able to run the show. And that man, he know he's stupid. So he's okay with it because he's in a safe place. So they both are being used, but they are happily being used because he's protected and she's loved.
So Lord have, you got it. Okay, give me another one. I want somebody called that the Dumb and Dumber relationship, but give me another one. Come on.
You got some women that are, they look at a man's accomplishments and they say, oh, okay, well, yeah, you're book smart and I'm street smart, or vice versa. Or I'm book smart and you're street smart. Why you can't be both? Or why you even put me in a category like that? Just go ahead and appreciate the person while you have them and use what they have to grow yourself.
That's interesting. Oh, that's fire. Let me ask you this. Do you really believe that there are some women out there who lead with their degree, hoping to find a man that leads with his wallet?
Absolutely. My job, my field that I'm in education. So these women, they walk around, I'm master this and just that and the other and everything, and they're looking for men in that category, but they're looking for men that want to lead with that money or in that type of direction. And that's cool, but a man will respect you for who you are beyond what you present to them. If they can show that, oh, you know what, this lady, she's intelligent, we can help each other and grow each other instead of her putting an umbrella on top of him thinking that, oh, I'm better than you because I got 2 masters or 3 masters or whatever. That don't mean anything.
Man.
It just means you were able to be in school a little bit longer than the next person. You never know why somebody can't go to school or why somebody can or can't. It has nothing to do with just the education.
Right.
A lot of times that financial hurts.
Right. Brother, let me just say this, man. I wish I would have got you on earlier because you completely fire right now. Hey, let me tell you, you brought Dallas, Texas in the building, man. We appreciate everybody for tapping in. You ain't got to agree. Again, I start the conversation, you finish it. I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper. Let's do it. Don't you know, I want you so. Make it happen.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Good morning. It's the 12th day of August. I'm Ray Harris.